You're on the first date with someone way out of your league, desperately trying to convince them you're interesting, successful, and definitely not the kind of person who eats cereal for dinner 3 days straight. You're making up stories about your exciting job and adventurous hobbies, but while you're painting yourself as the main character in your own romantic comedy, your own body starts betraying you. Your left eye starts to twitch, your hands won't stop moving, your voice cracks like puberty all over again. Here's what your face and body actually do when you're trying to deceive someone. Number 1. Your facial color changes. Let's start with the most obvious betrayal your body pulls when you're lying. Your face starts changing colors like a chameleon. First comes the pale phase, where all the blood leaves your face. You'll look like you've seen a ghost, except the ghost is your own guilt haunting you for your terrible life choices. Then comes the red stage, where all the blood rushes back to your face. The redness starts in your cheeks and moves up your neck and forehead. But wait, there's more chaos coming your way. Some people go through both colors over and over, switching between pale and red repeatedly. Number 2, your eye changes. Your eyes become the ultimate snitches when you're lying, and they're just not subtle. First, they'll talk about eye contact, or more accurately, your complete inability to maintain it. You either avoid looking at people entirely, or you try too hard by staring way too intensely. Your pupils dilate even when you're in bright light. This happens because your nervous system is activated when you're stressed from lying. It's like your eyes are trying to let in more light to see the truth you're obviously not speaking. Then comes the blinking problem, which gets really weird. You either barely blink at all, making people think something's wrong with you, or you blink way too much, like you're trying to send secret messages. Number 3, your voice changes. When you lie, your voice undergoes transformation that would impress a voice coach and horrify anyone trying to believe your stories. Your pitch becomes absolutely ridiculous. 1 minute you're speaking in your normal voice, the next you're making high squeaky sounds. Your speaking pace goes completely abnormal. You either rush through your lies so fast that words crash into each other, or you slow down so that every word feels like it takes forever to come out. Your voice also develops a case of the shakes and trembling. The vocal cords actually vibrate differently when you're under stress, which is why lie detectors often measure voice patterns. Number 4, your hands start dancing. Your hands turn into wild performers when you're lying, making gestures that have nothing to do with your words and everything to do with your internal panic. The fidgeting begins right away, like someone replaced your normal hands with the ones that have ADHD and 3 cups of coffee running through their system. You start touching everything within reach: your face, your hair, your clothes, and random objects. Your hands develop a sudden obsession with your own body, touching your nose like you're checking if it's still there, rubbing your neck like you're giving yourself the world's most awkward massage, or covering your mouth like your hands are trying to physically stop the lies from escaping. These are called self-soothing behaviors, basically your body's way of trying to calm itself down when you're stressed. Number 5, your breathing becomes abnormal. Your breathing system joins the chaos as well. Your breathing pattern goes completely wild, switching between holding your breath like you're underwater and breathing so fast it sounds like you just finished running a marathon. You might start behaving so lightly that people wonder if you're trying to save air for some kind of end-of-the-world scenario. Or you go in the opposite direction, taking deep breaths like you're preparing to dive to the bottom of the ocean to get your lost credibility. The exhaling situation becomes particularly weird. You either let out long, dramatic sighs that sound like air leaving a balloon, or you breathe out in short, quick puffs. Number 6, your body temperature changes. When you're lying, your body's temperature control gets confused and decides to try extreme hot and cold on you. The sweating begins immediately, and not just regular sweating. We're talking about sweating like you're in a sauna fully clothed during a heat wave. Your palms become so sweaty that holding anything is a challenge. Your face develops its own personal rain system, with drops of sweat appearing faster than you can quietly wipe them away. But here's where it gets really fun. Some people go the opposite direction and get cold chills like they're standing in a freezer wearing nothing but their lies. You might start shivering even though the room temperature is perfectly normal. Number 7. Posture changes. Your body positioning when lying turns you into an abstract art. Your shoulders move up toward your ears like they're trying to hide your head from the consequences of your lying. You end up looking like you're permanently shrugging. Your back forgets how to be straight, curving into shapes that would make chiropractors weep. You either hunch forward like you're trying to fold yourself into origami, or arc backward like you're trying to physically distance yourself from your words floating in the air. You start leaning away from the person you're talking to, as if physical distance might somehow make your lies more believable. Number 8. Your facial muscles throw a tantrum. Your facial muscles decide to stage a rebellion that makes your face look like it's having technical problems during the most important moment of your life. The eye twitching begins, and not just a subtle flutter. We're talking about twitching that looks like you're winking at people in Morse code. Your eyelid develops its own personality, jumping and spasming like it's trying to escape your face entirely. Your lips start doing things they were never trained for, twitching into micro-expressions that last about half a second but reveal everything. You might have brief flashes of smirking, frowning, or smiling that appear and disappear so quickly you don't even realize you're doing it. One corner of your mouth might decide to live its own life, pulling slightly upward or downward without consulting the rest of your face. Your nose gets involved too, developing sudden itches that require constant attention. Number 9. Your feet become tap dancers. Your feet transform into percussion instruments that keep the beat to your internal panic song. The tap-in begins immediately, like your feet are sending out emergency signals to anyone who might rescue you from this self-created disaster. Your weight shifts constantly from foot to foot like you're standing on hot coals. The shuffling starts, where your feet begin to move in tiny steps like they're trying to walk away from the conversation without the rest of your body noticing. It's your feet's way of voting against your current bad choices while you're stuck in this terrible performance. Number 10. Your nervous system malfunctions. Your entire nervous system decides to throw a party that nobody wants to attend, creating a mixture of involuntary responses that turn you into a walking advertisement for why lying is bad for your health. Random muscle twitches start appearing in places you didn't even know you had muscles. Your shoulder might jerk like someone just poked you, or your arm might jump like it's trying to participate in a conversation it wasn't invited to join. Your hands develop tremors. Holding a glass becomes an extreme sport, and writing becomes scribbling that looks like abstract art. The nervous swallowing begins, where you gulp air like you're trying to swallow your lies before they fully escape and ruin your life. Your throat makes sounds like water going down a clogged drain, except the clog is made of guilt and bad decision-making. Congratulations, you now know exactly why you're the worst liar in human history, and why everyone can see through your deception attempts. The next time you're tempted to lie about why you're late, where you've been, or whether you actually did that thing you said you'd do, remember that your body will betray you. And remember, if someone's body is doing all these things while they're talking to you, either they're lying spectacularly or they're having some kind of medical emergency that requires immediate attention. Either way, it's probably worth paying attention to what their body's trying to tell you, because it's definitely more honest than whatever their mouth is saying. If you want more videos like this, I'll see you next time.